Hello again. I will be covering all 28 gadgets available in Battlefield 1. However, only 6% of you are subscribed, so if you enjoy this video, please consider a subscription. Thank you. Starting off with the assault gadgets, AT rocket gun. The AT rocket gun starts with 4 ammo, and in order to fire it, the bipod must be in use, whether prone or against cover. However, a reload can be done at any time. The AT rocket gun is one of the only ranged gadgets able to take down tanks, or it can be used as a sniper to pick up the slack from your more close quarter orientated primary weapon. It can damage planes, but it's not too effective and it's difficult to hit them. It's good at taking down cavalry too. A tier. AA rocket gun. The AA rocket gun is designed for taking down planes using an airburst rocket. Works exactly the same as the AT rocket gun, but with a different projectile. Difficult to solo against planes, as planes can usually fly out of range after the second or third shot. However, if they are already damaged, it's an easy kill. There is another way of playing it, a chaotic evil, and that's by using it against infantry, as it has quite some range before the airburst detonates. So some players sit at the back of the map with a support player resupplying them, and just spamming the AA gun away, farming kills. A tier. Anti-tank bundle. The anti-tank bundle, it's like the light anti-tank grenade, but packs a bigger punch, and can be thrown quite some range, but it's best used combined with other gadgets like the AT rocket gun to soften up tanks, or just throw it at infantry. It's a grenade after all. A tier. Dynamite. The dynamite is more powerful than the anti-tank bundle, however it cannot be thrown as far and must be manually detonated by twisting the lever. Or, a little secret, if you shoot the TNT, whatever kills or damage it does will count as the weapon that shot it, meaning it's possible to take down a tank with a calibre. A tier. AT mines. AT mines are extremely powerful, the most powerful option for taking down tanks. Just lay them down somewhere, preferably on a road that tanks often use, and wait for a random dopamine hit. They can be used more aggressively by simply running up the tanks and placing them near for them to run over, or alternatively to detonate them yourself. A tier. Now we move on to the medic gadgets. The medical crate. The medical crates can be used by simply using the gadget to place the medical crate near your location, and within a radius around the crate it will heal friendlies and enemies as well. It heals for about 12 HP a second, however the crate will disappear after healing 500 HP. Only one can be placed at a time by the player. However, taking damage or becoming suppressed will interrupt any healing, so it's best to be used in cover. S tier. Bandage pouch. Similar to the crate, however the pouch can only be used by one person, so in order to effectively heal others you must spam it to keep throwing pouches for everyone, and it will home in on them like a rocket. Once consumed, it will heal on the move and under suppression, at a slightly faster rate than the crate. However, receiving any damage during the healing will stop it, and another pouch will be needed to continue healing again, or unless just normal healing regeneration kicks in. S tier. Personally, I prefer the crate as it's more effective for more people at once, but I see the appeal for the pouches. Medical syringe. The medical syringe can be used to revive teammates from the dead, giving them a second chance again. However, it won't revive Mortar players, so that's kind of based. Or it can be used as a weapon by holding it and letting it charge up. It is possible to deal damage to enemies, resulting in very humiliating kills. S tier. Having good medics can be game changing and can win games. It's ideally used alongside a pouch or a medical crate. Rifle grenade frag. The rifle grenade, it's a grenade that can be attached to the front of the rifle and shot to allow the user to have more range with a grenade. It starts with 3 grenades and it's ideally best used on choke point. C tier. It's okay, but it does take up a gadget spot which could be used more effectively. Rifle grenade high explosive. Exactly the same as the previous, however with a slightly different projectile. This one is more ideal for taking down tanks and vehicles, however it's very weak. It won't take down any vehicles without help. D tier. Again, another gadget spot which could be used better, and plus the damage isn't too great. Rifle grenade smoke. Again, exactly the same as the previous two, but with a smoke projectile and one additional projectile for the total of 4. The smokes allow the user to effectively lay down a wall of smoke to move up with cover. A tier. Having 4 smokes can be the difference from a successful flank or being gunned down in an open field. Now we move on to the support gadgets. Ammo crate. Ammo crate works the same as the medical crate works, however it will slowly resupply those within a radius. It will resupply any and all weapons and gadgets over time. S tier, effectively giving the user and those around the ammo crate unlimited ammo. Ammo pouch. Ammo pouches are very similar how the bandage pouches work, however the ammo pouches will instantly give ammo, but some gadgets might have a cooldown so might not replenish them straight away. A tier, I prefer the crate. The pouches require too much spamming to give ammo to fellow players. Repair tool. The repair tool can be used to fix friendly tanks, planes, boats and any other vehicle and stationary weapon. However, it can be used to damage and take down enemy vehicles, but can also work on infantry, dealing 80 headshot damage and 50 to the body. S tier gadget can make tank players near indestructible and a very effective melee weapon. Crossbow launcher frag. Similar to the rifle grenade, however a crossbow is used to shoot fragmentation grenades. Best used on choke points and you only get 2 grenades. C tier, I didn't find it very effective. Crossbow launcher high explosive. Same as the previous but with a different projectile, dealing more damage to vehicles, but again, it's not too great. D tier. Mortar AIR. The Mortar AIR is a placeable stationary weapon capable of shooting accurate projectiles up to 100 meters. The more it is shot, the less accurate it becomes. After the mortar has been placed, it will go on cooldown for about 60 seconds before another can be placed. The air mortar cannot one-shot, but it deals damage over a wide radius. The air is best used on groups of infantry or choke points. Also, using the mortar is possible to shoot 3 smokes, allowing the mortar users to be somewhat useful to the team. S tier, the community doesn't like them because they work. Also, they have a great effect of having some nice messages in the chat aimed directly at you. Mortar high explosive, similar to the air mortar, however with a smaller damage radius, but it can one-shot if the hit is direct, and it's more effective on vehicles than the air mortar. High explosive also has 3 smokes. Another S tier. Limpet charge. The limpet charge is an explosive pizza which can be thrown at a short range with a high explosive output, which can detonate within 3 seconds after throwing, which can be very effective against nearby infantry. However, it's also magnetic, so it will stick to enemy vehicles and will deal a heavy blow. Even though it's magnetic, it will stick to everything, so it's good for taking down walls and buildings. Only one can be used at a time, but they can be resupplied fairly quickly by using a ammo pouch or a crate. S tier. Scout. Flare gun spot. Starting with 2 flares total, the flare gun can spot where the flare lands. It will reveal any enemies within a 30-meter radius, making it great for pushing as it spots enemies that you may not have been aware of. It will also spot them for your team, making it very easy for fellow friendly planes, tanks and infantry to see where enemies are located. Not only will it spot, but it can also deal damage, dealing 15 damage if it's a direct hit, and then fire damage to enemies, including yourself, who touch it. S tier gadget. A very useful and a must-have for all scout. Flare gun flash. Again, starting with 2 flares, flare gun flash is similar to how the flare gun spot works, but it's useless in comparison, and just provides a blinding white light for both teams. It will also deal 15 damage on direct hits, fire damage to those who touch it. D tier. It has its use by being completely annoying. Periscope.
That's a tank!
The Periscope gives the user a view above their head, allowing the user to remain in cover to spot enemies. Spotting enemies with the Periscope will spot the enemy and put a red outline around them for your team to see. Not only can it spot, but it can also damage and kill. Simply get inside the enemy and press attack to deal 45 damage. S tier, on par with the flare gun spot, however the Periscope doesn't run out of ammo. K-bullets. K-bullets are alternative bullets to use rather than standard bullets. K-bullets will damage tanks, although not doing too much damage. It can be quite annoying for the tankers, as it will stop and interrupt their repairs. Depending on the bolt action used, the rate of fire of which the K-bullets can be fired varies. The Label is the worst option to use with K-bullets, having the slowest reload time of them all. It's good and it does have its uses. A tier. Also serves as extra ammo if you run out of your main ammo. Trip mine high explosive. Trip mines can be placed anywhere, and depending on where the user is looking, the wire will shoot in that direction, allowing for more control on where the trip mine is placed. When enemies touch the wire, it will detonate, dealing explosive damage to those nearby. If you are brave enough, you can also take down tanks with it. It's explosives after all. It also works well against cavalry that are harassing you. B tier. Set and forget, and you might be rewarded by a random kill. Trip mine incendiary. Again, similar to the previous, however, when triggered, it will release a fire, burning anyone within a radius. Fairly easy to run away from and get out of the radius. D tier. It's too easy to escape from. Trip mine gas. Similar to the previous two, however, when triggered it will release gas, for a longer lasting effect. However, those affected can easily run away from it, or equip a gas mask, so it's not very effective. E tier, easily the worst option for the trip mines. Sniper decoy. Starting with 3 decoys, the sniper decoy can be placed at 3 different heights depending on your current stance. Standing, crouching and prone. It also gives off a glint to enemies to distract them, and if they shoot the decoy, it will temporarily spot them. A pretty useless gadget, and your team can grief you and destroy them. E tier, it's not a very effective gadget and it does waste the gadget slot. Sniper shield. Starting with only 1 sniper shield, the shield can be placed on the ground to offer some protection from incoming fire, with a little peephole allowing it to be fired out from, but also gives other snipers a guide to a perfect headshot on you. I did a poll not too long ago asking if you thought the sniper shield is useless, and most of you agreed, so E tier again. It's not very effective and it's a waste of a gadget slot. There we go, that is all 28 gadgets tier listed. However, there is one more gadget, making it 29 gadgets, and that is the Gasmask. The Gasmask can be equipped, protecting the user from all gas. However, it does disable the use of ADS, limits vision, and limits some hearing. However, if you go inside an enemy and spam the Gasmask, equip it and dequip it, it will damage enemies for 45 damage. So it is possible to get kills with the Gasmask. S tier, can protect you and get kills. Very cool. Also, I just want to add and talk about the unreleased gadgets, because there is some pretty cool gadgets that got unreleased. Well, I say cool, but the first one is the shell casings. You use these in the single player. They can be used in the multiplayer, but I think it was like a development thing and it went unreleased. As well as a pigeon, which worked kind of similar to a UAV, but again, unreleased. Pretty cool fact, and shame it never got released. In my next video, I will be trying to complete as many challenges within reason that you comment below. So leave a comment with a challenge for me to do, and I will do my best to feature it in my next video. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya.
Ist hier irgendwo ein Sanitäter?